in our country, we also have a fundamental principle that be strict or be highly disciplined with kids. Otherwise, they'll become like, a total monkey who is just running around here and there. If we don't discipline child from the early age, they will not be respectful. They will not understand the value of what they are getting. They'll take everything for granted. Now, at the same time, when we are looking at, like from the parents' perspective, when we are looking at boarding schools, it is also seen that boarding schools are very strict because they have to handle so many kids, and without the strictness level, without emphasizing on the level of being strict, they cannot maintain the discipline. So the very first thought in general, which comes in our mind, that hearing that boarding school is strict. Now, would you like to change this perspective?
In fact, a boarding school has to be a place of forgiveness, friendship, fellowship, mutual support and assistance, because we are here as their parents. I mean, every child in the school is our son and daughter, so the staff of the school has to be in that framework that they consider every child as their own, so their problems become their own. So being, there is a moderation in everything has to be in the middle path. So if somebody does a misconduct, you cannot beat up the child. You cannot be strict to just stop their food. You can't do that. You won't do it as a mother. You won't do it as a father, Exactly like that in a boarding school also. For example, in New Era, there's a guidance committee. So yes, misconducts happen, but it's education that can take them to the right path. So when we say strictness, yes, there is a level of there is misconducts which are red line, isn't it? But that red line also cannot be given by punishments. It is only education and the guiding them to the right path. So the discipline committee of New Era is actually called the guidance committee of the school, because we guide them to the right path. So in the boarding school, if the concept is clear, for example, if we keep service or selflessness at the center of education making, then strictness will not come. And if teachers see their act of teaching as a blessed service to humanity, then the strictness will not be there, because you will love to teach children. You will treat them as noble human beings. Every child is noble.
Right.
And we have to believe in that. And then if they do anything which is not appropriate, it's only out of love that they will change, because they are in that tender age. We cannot be, I don't think a boarding school can be strict at all, because it's a family, isn't it? So, and then yes, there are consequences of the action, but the concept of forgiveness, guidance, loving understanding, mutual support, assisting each other to improve in the path, that's what is required to be done. Right. And that's what we are striving to do, honestly.
Right. Miss, have you ever come across you're seeing kids from standard 1 to grade 12? So in this vast classroom exercises or experience as a student, which are those phases where students really start feeling that they need their parents? Is there any particular phase in their life when they start feeling like they are missing their parents? Is there any particular phase in their life, or they don't go through those kind of hiccups? Do they feel lonely at any junction of their life from standard grade 1 to grade 12?
Yes, missing their parents is not something that they should not do. Yeah. From standard 1 to 12, at any age, they should be attached to their parents, because that's a part of their physical life that has been given to them, So parental support is not something that they should be deprived of at any point of time. So honestly speaking, a child misses the parents at all age groups, even standard 12, because the weekly calls that we get, if they don't get a weekly call, they actually come and tell in the office that I didn't get my call this week. or having an emailing system or letter writing. So all of these keep them attached to the parents, and I think it's a beautiful feeling in their heart that they should treasure to love their parents, their grandparents, their family. And at no point of time we should say that a child is independent and say that it is because they are away from family. No, the family and the school and the parent has to work together, so independence doesn't mean going away from family. In no way can it mean it. They have to be linked with their parents and miss them actually. But then what also happens in a boarding school is that they get the support system of friends. Right. So the new era friendship lasts for life, So in a boarding school, yes, parents are a part of your life, but also there are other factors that help you sustain and live a coherent life. Parents just doesn't form the most massive part of your life, but there are other factors which add on to their life, like friendship, like teachers, like their own dorm parents, like their own school education, education itself, their objective in life, their focus in life, So parents also is a part of their coherent living. Right. So that's how we have to see this as.
Wow, this was so beautifully explained. Thank you. Like, this really clarifies a lot about how the mindset of parents should be and how they should look at the students, whether or not they go to a boarding school. Lovely. So, Miss, you have been with school, I believe, from past 7-8 years, if I'm correct.
Yes, around that, little more. Yes.
Okay. So, would you like to share any major changes which you brought in the New Era School in your working stint?
New Era High School works as a core group. So the principal or the head of administration is not a king. It's basically we work as a group, and it's a group of very learned and open-minded people who know the purpose of education. So we actually meet very often, weekly, for a very long time. We consult on how is our vision going, and are we really fulfilling our objective of education from class 1 to 12. So it's a core group of individuals that we work as in a school, not just one person. So my being there, not there, is not really as important. However, in the recent past, I can let you know what has happened is that we have come about this concept that when you want to learn something, you have to do it in action. So for example, the students of class 11th and 12th actually teach the students of class 6th, 7th and 8th in something called as Junior Youth Spiritual Empowerment Program. So they discuss, for example, they have 13 books that they study with each class, and every 12th standard or 11th standard student is given a group of 6 to 7 junior youth, which is age 12, 13, and they discuss on them on profound concept. So this loving relationship between a senior student and a junior student helps both of them tremendously, because they form a very healthy, joyful group who have a sense of purpose together. They have an identity. The students of 11th, 12th also actually go out to the other schools of Panchgani and they serve. So serving society is something that they learn, and it's not just charity that they do, it's actually constructive educational process that they follow with the junior youth and help them to make sound moral decision. So this way they also learn, they also make their own sound moral decision, they grow as an individual, because youth needs to know that, needs to do service to really excel in whatever they do. And all these students are actually doing well in their academics. They actually are getting 95%. They are getting scholarships in universities abroad. The children, the same students of 11th and 12th are also preparing for IIT, JEE and NEET, and they crack these exams. So students of New Era you will find in SRM, in VIT, even in IIT Delhi and all of this. So what we are trying to do is the coherence that we as individuals have to do. So we have to have a family, we have to study, we have to serve, we have to do excellently in every area of our life. So the concept of coherence with the help of this core group, I think, is proceeding very well in the school.
Awesome, great. I'm so happy with listening to so many accolades of school where my daughter is. Amazing. So, ma'am, where do you see the future of boarding school as compared to the new trend of homeschooling?
Okay, so I will not really venture into what is better than the other, because day school, homeschool, boarding school, sending to colleges or schools abroad, it's a choice of a parent. We say that mother is the first educator of the child. So from age 0 to 5, mother's role is extremely important, so there is no replacement for that, because mother teaches them to walk the right path from that age. Means nurturing them. Then the next part comes, that is giving them the 3 types of education, which is spiritual, material, and physical. So whichever schooling that they go, if they are able to provide them these 3, that is, they have the understanding that how to grow individually and contribute to the betterment of society, that is spiritual education. Second is how to excel in their academics, learning math, science, English, etc., for the betterment of society, again, not just for job or for a high paid salary, but for something that they want to contribute to society. And the third is their physical health. That is, they should be involved in sports, in taking care of their body, so being fit and being mentally, emotionally fit. So these 3 factors should be covered in whichever education system that they go to. And end of that schooling, be it a homeschooling for 12 years or be it a boarding school for 12 years or a day school, they should come out of this educational process as champions of justice, so they should see themselves as contributors of transformation in society. If that is happening, irrespective of which schooling system that child has gone to, I think we have succeeded in educating our child.
Amazing. Indeed. Wow. I think you have answered all the questions so gracefully and with so much right words and so many right words and wisdom. This is going to help all our audiences to understand and look at boarding school with fresh perspective and looking at it as a very strong pillar, which adds a lot of value to our kids' life. Thank you so much, Suniti Miss.
Thank you, Dr. Anamika. It was my pleasure interacting with you. And, you also being a parent, you must be experiencing that the child is a gem and they have everything inherently in them. The role of the teacher or the school is only to polish them, and then they will shine, and most of them are already shining. We are just a platform for them to really exhibit or manifest these inherent qualities and talents and capacities that they already possess.
Absolutely. Well said, Miss.
Thank you, Dr. Anamika, for having me on your show.
Thank you.